Hello, I'm James Turk. I'm the founder and chairman of GoldMoney and the director of the GoldMoney Foundation. It's my pleasure to be here today with Bill Murphy, a good friend of mine, and most importantly, the co-founder of Gold Antitrust Action Committee, or is more popularly known as GATA, GATA.org. Bill, it's really great to see you here in Munich, and I'm looking forward to participating with you this evening at the conference that's being sponsored by DEG, one of the big gold communities and gold organizations here in Munich. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, first of all, what GATA is doing, the London conference, and then we'll get into this evening's presentation and perhaps a little bit about markets. So Bill, let's start with the conference that GATA is organizing in London in August. It's the fourth of GATA's conferences. Can you tell me a little bit about the background and your thinking surrounding that?
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. GATA's had three conferences. This will be our fourth. Our first was in Durban in South Africa in May of 2001. Then we had our historic conference, Gold Rush 21, in August in the Yukon. Then in 2008, we had GATA Goes to Washington, right out in Virginia, right outside of Washington. And we're commemorating our Gold Rush 21 conference, which really was a phenomenal conference. 6 years later, almost to the day, at the Savoy Hotel in London. And we've got, here's a sample of the initial invitation and so on. And we hopefully to get a sellout crowd. And we got many of the same speakers we had at Gold Rush 21, plus a number of new ones, notably Jim Sinclair, who never speaks anyplace, who wants to speak at our conference. And we think it's going to be a seminal event.
When will it be held, and how can people get information about the conference?
It's going to be held in August, August 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's going to be a different kind of a conference, very casual. The speakers are going to be around all the time. There's going to be dinners and lunches together. And people can find out more about it by going to www.gata.org and register. And I hope if you have an interest and have the time that people look at it seriously, because it'll be an event, if you're interested in the gold and silver market, that you'll never forget.
Okay, so GATA.org, sign up for the London conference.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to be participating as well, and I'm really honored. I've had the great fortune of participating in the first three, and I'm looking forward to participating in the fourth one as well. And it seems like every time you have a conference, the gold price goes up. Are you expecting that for this one too?
It's going up so fast as is. Who knows what we'll be celebrating by then, but let's hope that's the case again. I know after Gold Rush 21, which was attended by a key economic assistant to President Putin of Russia, Andrei Bykov. He came to our conference out of nowhere, said it was the finest conference he's ever been to. Gold was trading about $436. It was dead in the water. 2 days later, it exploded and went up to $720 in the next 9 months. So if it happens like that again, we'll be very happy.
Okay, great. Let's talk a little bit about the conference here in Munich this evening that GoldMoney Foundation and DEG are putting together. What is the message that you're going to be giving to the people participating in that conference?
Great point, because what I'm going to try to cover is the key to knowing what's really going on in the gold and silver markets is to know what GATA knows. And you can't find it really anywhere else because we're not allowed, our views aren't allowed to be presented, even though we've been righter as a group than anybody in the world the last decade about what gold and silver we're going to do and why. And basically, it's simple. The establishment, what I call Planet Wall Street, and the mainstream gold world are working on the wrong supply-demand numbers. And because they failed to take into account the gold price suppression scheme, which includes silver, and the ramifications of what was going to occur afterwards. And we've laid this out year after year after year, and it's why many of the people in the establishment world have not got this move at all and got it right. Many have been neutral to bearish all the way up, and I'm going to document the contrast tonight and say, look, you can believe or not what we have to say, but here's our track record. Here's their track record. What do we know that they didn't know? And here we are. And then to establish that the GATA camp knows what we're talking about, then where do we go from here? Because people will be attending the conference wanting to know, well, what do I do with my money from here on in? That's great if that happened in the past. Good for you guys, but what does it mean to me now? So we're going to lay that out of what's coming and why. And hopefully from what they've heard through the presentation, they'll have enough confidence to be more aggressive. Especially, excuse me, if I might say, especially in the share sector, which is the total joke at the moment.
Yeah, the shares have been really beaten up and are tremendously undervalued relative to bullion itself. But what do you think is coming?
Well, at Gold Rush 21, with the price of gold at $436, you know, because you were there, James, I was pounding the table that it would take $3,000 to $5,000 to clear the market. no reason to change that outlook. I know you're more bullish, which is even great. One of the things I want to say that you were there to support us. Now we're here to support your views, which I agree with. And as you well know, I mean, the GATA camp has been pounding the table since our CFTC appearance a year ago about silver. We exposed what was going on there in the market by some of the bullion banks. They're trapped short. I think you can pick a number for silver on the upside. We've been dead right in this thing, and now most of the other people are scratching their heads and trying to come up with the reasons why it's happening and so on. And we're going to lay that out tonight too, and that the opportunity still in gold and silver, and especially in the shares, which is a historic dichotomy the way I look at it for various reasons. I'll try to explain that. Well, I hope it'll be a very exciting conference with you and I making presentations.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.